The room is dark, not in a heavy way, but in a quiet one. Nothing presses against the darkness. Nothing hides inside it. The light is low and gentle. In front of you, a single candle rests calmly. Its flame is small, steady, contained. It does not try to brighten the room. It only exists. The flame moves slowly, leaning just slightly, then returning to center. There is no rush in its motion. No sudden change. The light touches nearby surfaces softly, creating shadows that stay close to where they belong. Nothing stretches too far. Nothing reaches outward. The darkness remains intact. The candle does not fight it. It simply shares the space. The air feels still. Not empty. Not filled. Just quiet. The flame makes no sound. It does not announce itself. It continues whether you watch it or not. You do not need to focus on it. You do not need to follow its movement. It is enough to know it is there. The light creates a small circle of warmth, contained and gentle. Beyond that circle, the room remains dark. Safe. Unbothered. Nothing needs to be revealed. Your eyes can soften. There is no detail to search for. No edge that needs to be defined. The candlelight does not sharpen anything. It smooths. Shadows blend into one another, losing their shape. The room feels settled, as if it has already decided to stay exactly as it is. Your body begins to recognize this stillness. Your shoulders rest without instruction. Your arms feel comfortably heavy. There is no reason to adjust. No reason to move. The darkness holds everything gently, without pressure. The candle remains steady. It does not flicker for attention. It does not grow brighter. It simply continues. Your breathing happens quietly, on its own. In and out. No effort needed. The light does not guide your thoughts. It does not pull them anywhere. Thoughts can slow naturally, not stopping, just loosening. The room offers no signals. No reminders. No demands. Time feels less defined here. Moments do not stack. They do not rush forward. They rest where they are. The candle remains present, small and constant. The darkness stays wide and calm around it. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to. And the room remains quiet enough to let everything continue, just as it is. The candle continues to burn quietly. Its flame does not change, but the space around it begins to feel more familiar. The darkness no longer feels wide. It feels settled. As if it has been here for a long time, waiting without intention. The light remains gentle, resting close to the candle itself. It does not travel far. It does not try to fill the room. It stays where it belongs. The shadows around the flame soften even more, their edges becoming less defined. They no longer feel like shapes. They feel like quiet areas of rest. Nothing moves except the flame, and even that movement is minimal. A slow sway. A small return. The rhythm never breaks. The room holds this balance naturally. Nothing pulls your attention away. Nothing new appears. Your eyes can remain half open, or closed. Both feel the same here. There is nothing to miss. The darkness does not hide anything important. It only removes what is unnecessary. Your body responds to this simplicity. Your breathing continues without effort, smooth and unremarkable. There is no moment where it feels too slow. No moment where it feels too fast. It finds its own rhythm, steady and quiet. The candle does not mark time. It does not count moments. It only remains. The air around you feels calm, as if it has settled into place. There is no shift in temperature. No breeze. No pressure. Just stillness. The darkness gently absorbs the edges of the room. Corners soften. Distances feel shorter. Everything feels closer, but not crowded. Contained. Your shoulders sink slightly, without instruction. Your hands rest where they are, no longer holding tension. Your jaw relaxes, without needing to be told. The body understands this space. There is no reason to prepare for anything. Nothing is about to happen. Nothing needs to resolve. The candlelight remains constant, offering just enough presence. It does not demand focus. It does not guide thought. Thoughts are free to slow, to drift, to lose their structure. They do not need to stop. They only need to loosen. The darkness makes this easy. It creates a place where nothing is required. Time feels softer here. Moments no longer stack or push forward. They rest quietly, one beside another. The candle continues, unchanged. The flame does not flicker sharply. It does not flare. It stays steady, as if it knows there is no reason to hurry. The room mirrors this calm. The walls do not echo. The space does not respond. It simply holds. Your awareness settles lower. Not drifting away. Not pulling inward. Just resting. The quiet becomes familiar. Not something to notice. Not something to listen for. It becomes the background of everything. The candlelight remains small, contained, reliable. The darkness stays wide, but gentle. Nothing presses against you. Nothing pulls you forward. The body remains supported by stillness. Breathing continues. In and out. No effort. No adjustment. The room offers no signals. No changes. No demands. It allows everything to remain as it is. The candle continues to glow, soft and steady. The darkness continues to hold the space. And this balance feels stable enough to last, without needing anything more. The candle remains in the same place. Nothing about it has shifted. The flame continues its quiet work, steady and contained, as if it has no awareness of time passing. The room accepts this without question. It does not expect change. It does not wait for something else to happen. The darkness around the candle feels settled now, no longer wide or unfamiliar. It has taken its shape. The light does not try to reach the edges of the room. It stays close, creating a small, calm center. Everything beyond that center feels distant, unimportant. The walls do not press inward. They do not close the space. They simply remain where they are, holding stillness gently. There are no sounds that interrupt. No distant movement. No signals from outside. Even if something exists beyond this room, it does not arrive here. The candlelight softens the space further, making the air feel quiet and complete. The shadows no longer draw attention. They feel natural, as if they have always belonged here. Your awareness rests easily within this balance. There is no need to check what is happening. No reason to listen more closely. Nothing requires confirmation. The room feels sealed in a gentle way, not closed, just separate. Outside no longer matters. The darkness carries no uncertainty. It carries no expectation. It simply exists alongside the light. Your body continues to respond naturally. Your breathing remains slow and unremarkable. In and out. Each breath blends into the next, without pause or effort. There is no need to deepen it. No need to control it. It finds its own quiet rhythm. Your shoulders remain lowered, resting without instruction. Your arms stay heavy in a comfortable way, supported by stillness. Your hands do not hold anything. They do not prepare for movement. They simply rest. The candle does not guide your thoughts. It does not invite focus. It allows the mind to loosen on its own. Thoughts may still appear, but they feel distant, unimportant. They do not carry weight. They pass through the space, without leaving a trace. The room does not react to them. It continues to hold the same calm shape. Time feels less structured here. Moments no longer line up or move forward. They settle quietly, one beside another. There is no sequence to follow. No direction to take. The candle continues to glow, unchanged. Its flame does not flare or dim. It remains small and reliable. The darkness does not shift in response. Nothing reacts. Nothing responds. The room has no interest in change. This makes it easy to remain here. Your awareness does not need to move. It does not need to drift away. It rests naturally, supported by the absence of demand. There is no reason to think about the day behind you. It does not exist in this space. There is no reason to imagine what comes next. Nothing is waiting. The room does not hold anticipation. It holds stillness. The air feels even, unmoving. There is no difference from one moment to the next. The candlelight continues to offer just enough presence, allowing everything else to fade into simplicity. The darkness feels kind in its consistency. Nothing is hidden. Nothing needs to be revealed. Everything important is already here. Your breathing continues quietly. In and out. The rhythm remains steady. The body understands this environment fully now. There is nothing left to adjust. Nothing left to settle. The room has found its balance, and it holds it effortlessly. The candle remains, the darkness remains, and the quiet feels complete enough to continue without change. Your breathing continues, slow and unforced. There is nothing you need to change about it. Nothing you need to improve. It moves on its own, steady and quiet. In and out. Each breath arrives gently, then leaves without effort. You may notice the subtle movement in your chest, rising slightly, then settling back down. Not exaggerated. Not shallow. Just enough. Your shoulders remain relaxed. They do not lift with the breath. They do not hold tension. They simply rest where they are. Your neck feels supported, as if it no longer needs to work to hold your head. The muscles there soften naturally, without instruction. Your jaw stays loose. Your teeth are not touching. Your tongue rests comfortably, heavy and relaxed. There is no expression to maintain. Your face feels smooth and neutral. Nothing to show. Nothing to hide. The breath continues. In and out. You may become aware of the weight of your arms. They feel heavier than before, not uncomfortable, just fully supported. Your hands rest easily. Your fingers curl naturally, without effort. There is no need to move them. No need to adjust their position. Your arms know how to rest. Your awareness moves slowly downward. Your chest. Your ribs. They expand gently with each breath, then soften again. There is no tightness here. No holding. Just movement, then release. Your stomach remains calm. It rises slightly, then falls. The motion is subtle, almost unnoticeable. Your body does not rush it. It follows its own pace. The breath continues to guide itself. In and out. Your back feels supported along its entire length. There is no strain. No arching. No effort to sit or lie a certain way. The surface beneath you holds your weight evenly. You are not sinking. You are not floating. You are simply held. Your hips feel grounded. Stable. Still. They do not need to shift. They do not search for comfort. They have already found it. Your awareness moves further down, into your legs. Your thighs feel heavy, as if they are gently settling into place. Your knees feel loose. There is no tension there. Nothing to lock. Nothing to brace. Your lower legs feel warm, relaxed. They do not need to support you right now. They are free to rest. Your feet feel distant, almost forgotten. They remain exactly where they are, without demand. The entire lower half of your body feels quiet. Still. Complete. The breath continues. In and out. You may notice the spaces between breaths now. The pause after the exhale. The gentle stillness before the next inhale arrives. There is no need to fill that space. Nothing is missing from it. That pause is part of the rhythm. Your body recognizes it. Your mind does not need to follow it. Thoughts may appear, but they do not stay long. They pass through softly, without pulling your attention. You do not need to push them away. You do not need to hold on to them. They dissolve on their own. Your awareness returns naturally to the body, to the breath, to the sense of being supported. The room around you remains unchanged. Nothing new enters. Nothing asks for response. Your body continues to soften. Muscles release what little effort remains. Not all at once. Not dramatically. Just enough. The breath remains slow. Natural. Unforced. In. And out. Your awareness becomes less focused, more spread out. You are no longer paying attention to individual sensations. They blend together, forming a single, calm presence. Your body feels whole. Not separate parts. Not individual areas. Just one steady, resting form. There is no urgency anywhere. No signal to move. No reason to wake. Your body understands what comes next. It does not need instruction. It does not need encouragement. It knows how to continue resting. The breath continues. Quiet. Reliable. And you remain exactly where you are, supported, calm, and at ease. The room remains exactly as it is. Nothing has shifted. Nothing has changed. You do not need to notice anything. There is no detail that matters now. The space around you feels quiet, not because it is empty, but because nothing is asking to be understood. Your body continues to rest. It does not check itself. It does not wait for instructions. It simply stays. Thoughts may still appear, but they arrive more slowly now. They do not form clearly. They do not connect to one another. They fade before becoming complete. There is no need to follow them. No need to finish them. They pass on their own. The room does not respond to them. The night does not react. Everything remains neutral. Your awareness feels softer, less defined. It is no longer focused on any one thing. It spreads gently, like a dim light with no center. You are not paying attention to your body, and you are not ignoring it either. It exists somewhere in between. Breathing continues, but it does not need to be noticed. The rhythm carries itself. There is no beginning to the breath. There is no clear end. It flows quietly, without direction. The idea of time feels less important. Moments do not line up. They do not move forward. They simply exist, one after another, without separation. There is nothing to remember. Nothing to prepare for. Nothing waiting for you. Your body does not anticipate anything. It is not alert. It is not checking the space. It has already decided that it is safe. Muscles remain loose. They are not actively relaxing. They are simply not holding. There is no effort in this stillness. It feels natural, as if this is how things are meant to be. The room does not feel large or small. It has no size that needs to be measured. It simply contains you, without edges. The space feels closed in a gentle way, protective, but not tight. Nothing presses against you. Nothing pulls you outward. Awareness drifts without direction. It does not settle on thoughts. It does not settle on sensations. It moves slowly, without choosing where to go. There is no need to guide it. No need to bring it back. Wherever it is fine. You do not need to stay awake for anything. There is no signal you might miss. No moment that requires your presence. Everything important has already paused. The room continues to hold you. The night remains outside, unchanging. Nothing enters. Nothing leaves. There is a sense of sameness now. Not boredom. Not emptiness. Just consistency. This moment does not move toward anything else. It does not lead anywhere. It simply remains. Your body accepts this easily. There is no resistance. No part of you is trying to stay alert. No part of you is trying to fall asleep. Both ideas feel distant. You are not doing either. You are simply resting. Awareness becomes less personal. Less connected to thoughts like you or now. It feels wider, more neutral. As if it belongs to the room itself. Breathing continues somewhere, but it no longer feels like something you are doing. It happens without ownership, without attention. The boundary between inside and outside feels softer. Not blurred, just unimportant. Nothing needs to be kept out. Nothing needs to be held in. The room stays exactly the same. The stillness does not deepen. It does not lighten. It remains steady. This steadiness requires nothing from you. You do not need to sink further. You do not need to stay where you are. Either way, everything continues. Thoughts become rare now. And when they appear, they do not attach. They dissolve before they can form meaning. Silence feels familiar. Not noticeable, but present. Like a background that has always been there. Your body continues resting. Your awareness continues drifting. Nothing interrupts this. Nothing needs to. Everything is already settled. The stillness around you feels deeper now. Not heavier. Not darker. Just quieter. Nothing has changed in the room, yet everything feels slightly more distant. As if the space has taken a small step back, allowing you to rest without being observed. There is no longer a clear sense of direction. No forward. No backward. Only a gentle pause that continues. Your body remains exactly where it is. There is no signal to move. No reason to adjust. Comfort does not need to be checked anymore. It has already settled. The quiet feels even, without texture or contrast. Not empty. Not full. Simply present. Breathing continues somewhere, but it feels far away now. You do not notice each breath. You do not follow its rhythm. It exists without needing attention. The room does not invite awareness. It does not pull you into details. Walls remain walls. The air remains air. Nothing asks to be named. Nothing asks to be understood. Thoughts no longer form clearly. When something appears, it dissolves before becoming complete. There is no beginning to it. No ending. It fades quietly, like a sound heard from very far away. Your awareness does not chase it. There is no habit of thinking now. Only a soft, neutral presence remains. The sense of time continues to loosen. Moments do not separate themselves. They blend together, losing their edges. There is no feeling of waiting. No anticipation. Nothing is expected to happen next. The body understands this naturally. It does not prepare. It does not respond. It rests as if it has been resting for a long time already. The space around you feels gently closed. Not tight. Not confined. Just complete. Nothing needs to enter. Nothing needs to leave. Everything required for this moment is already here. Awareness becomes simple. Not focused. Not scattered. Just calm. There is no effort in holding it. No effort in letting it go. It remains steady on its own. The room continues to exist quietly. It does not react. It does not change. It feels reliable in the background. As if it will remain this way, whether you notice it or not. Your body feels less defined now. Not numb. Not heavy. Just less important. Its shape matters less. Its position matters less. It is simply present, without demand. The quiet deepens slightly, without moving. There is no sense of sinking. No sense of floating. Only rest. Nothing interrupts this rest. Nothing needs to. You are not doing anything to stay here. You are not doing anything to leave. The moment holds itself. Thought becomes optional. Awareness becomes optional. Even noticing feels unnecessary. The room remains unchanged. The stillness remains steady. And everything continues, without effort, exactly as it is. The quiet remains steady. It does not deepen. It does not fade. It simply continues. Nothing in the room feels closer now. Nothing feels farther away. Distance no longer matters. The space around you holds its shape, unchanging, unconcerned. There is no longer a sense of inside or outside. Only a gentle stillness that surrounds everything equally. Your body feels less present. Not gone. Not asleep. Just less involved. It no longer asks for comfort. It no longer checks its position. It rests without awareness of resting. Breathing continues somewhere, but it feels abstract now. Not a rhythm to follow. Not a movement to notice. Just something that happens, without needing attention. The idea of time feels distant. Moments do not arrive. They do not pass. They blend together, soft and indistinct. There is no before. No after. Only this quiet continuity. Thoughts no longer take shape. If something begins to form, it fades before becoming clear. There is no effort in letting it go. There is no effort in holding it. Nothing requires response. The room remains stable in the background. Walls remain walls. Air remains air. Their presence feels neutral. Neither comforting nor distracting. Simply there. Your awareness does not move. It does not narrow. It does not expand. It rests in a calm, undefined state. Nothing pulls it forward. Nothing pulls it back. There is no reason to remain alert. No reason to drift away. This state does not ask for balance. It holds itself. The body feels settled. Not in parts. Not in sections. As a whole. Without edges. There is no sensation demanding notice. No sound requiring interpretation. Everything feels evenly distant. The quiet does not feel empty. It feels complete. As if nothing else could be added to it. As if nothing is missing. The sense of you becomes softer. Not disappearing. Not dissolving. Just less important. Less defined. There is no need to locate yourself in the space. No need to confirm where you are. The space exists on its own. And you exist within it, without effort. Nothing is changing now. Nothing is preparing to change. This moment does not lead anywhere. It simply remains. Awareness becomes almost transparent. Present. But not engaged. Like a light that remains on, without illuminating anything in particular. The room does not respond. The quiet does not respond. Everything continues exactly as it is. There is no instruction to follow. No sensation to return to. No anchor required. The stillness is enough. It does not need attention to remain steady. It does not need awareness to continue. The space holds itself. The moment holds itself. And everything stays calm, undisturbed, and complete. The room remains exactly as it is. Nothing shifts. Nothing changes. There is no new sound. No new movement. Everything that needed to happen has already happened. The quiet stays where it is. The space around you feels complete, as if nothing more could be added to it. Your body continues resting, without effort. There is no instruction to follow. No signal to respond to. Your breathing continues quietly, without needing attention. In and out. The rhythm remains steady, unremarkable, unchanging. You do not need to notice it anymore. The body knows how to continue, without your involvement. Muscles remain loose. Not releasing. Not holding. Simply still. Your shoulders stay heavy, supported. Your arms remain where they are, unmoving, at ease. Your hands rest naturally, fingers relaxed, without shape or intention. Nothing asks them to move. Your face remains neutral. No expression. No tension. The jaw stays soft. The tongue rests quietly. There is nothing to maintain. Thoughts may appear, but they arrive without weight. They do not stay long. They pass through, leaving no trace. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to push them away. They fade on their own. The mind grows quieter, not because it tries, but because there is nothing left to do. The room offers no stimulation. No contrast. No focus. Just quiet presence. Time feels less defined now. Moments do not separate from one another. There is no sense of before, and no sense of after. Only the steady, continuous stillness. Your body remains supported, along its entire length. Nothing pulls. Nothing presses. The surface beneath you holds you evenly, without effort. You are not sinking. You are not floating. You are simply held. Breathing continues. In and out. The pauses between breaths stretch naturally. There is no rush for the next inhale. no urgency. The body takes what it needs, when it needs it. Awareness softens further. It no longer rests on any single sensation. Everything blends together, forming a single, quiet field. There are no clear edges here. No sharp awareness. Just calm presence. The outside world feels distant. It does not reach in. It does not call. Nothing waits for you. Nothing requires a response. The room remains unchanged. The quiet remains stable. Your body continues to rest, without interruption. Muscles remain still. The breath remains slow. The mind remains unoccupied. There is nothing to solve. Nothing to remember. Nothing to anticipate. Everything feels settled. As if the night itself has paused here. Awareness grows softer still. Less defined. Less focused. You may no longer be following the words clearly. That is fine. They do not need to be understood. They do not need to be remembered. They exist only to pass the time gently, without pulling attention. The body continues its own process, without guidance. Breathing remains quiet. In and out. The space between thoughts widens. Silence becomes more familiar than sound. Stillness becomes more present than movement. There is no difference now between rest and awareness. They blend together naturally. Your body remains calm. Your mind remains quiet. The room remains unchanged. Nothing interrupts. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. Everything stays exactly as it is. And there is no need for anything else. Nothing changes now. The room remains exactly as it is, quiet and undisturbed. There is no shift in the air. No signal that anything new is beginning. Your body stays settled, heavy in a way that feels natural and safe. Breathing continues on its own. In and out. Each breath arrives softly, then leaves without effort. There is nothing you need to do with it. Nothing to guide. Nothing to correct. The stillness remains consistent. It does not deepen. It does not fade. It simply stays. Your muscles remain loose, without instruction. Your shoulders rest. Your arms remain heavy and supported. There is no tension returning. Your hands stay relaxed, fingers resting naturally. No movement is required. Your legs remain still, grounded, quiet. They do not shift. They do not search for comfort. Comfort is already present. Your awareness does not need to focus now. It does not need to drift away either. It simply rests, wide and unfixed. Thoughts may appear, but they carry no weight. They do not stay long. They dissolve without effort, leaving no trace. There is no need to notice them. The quiet does not react. Time feels distant here. Moments do not line up. They do not move forward in any clear way. They simply pass, unmarked. Your breathing remains slow and reliable. In and out. The pause after each breath feels natural. There is nothing missing from that pause. Nothing needs to fill it. Your body understands this rhythm. It does not rush it. It does not resist it. The space around you holds steady. Nothing enters. Nothing leaves. The environment remains unchanged. No sound rises. No sound falls away. Everything stays gentle. Your awareness continues to soften. Edges blur slightly, not because anything changes, but because nothing needs attention. There is no signal to wake. No reason to move. Your body remains calm, supported from beginning to end. The quiet continues. Unbroken. Uninterrupted. Breathing continues. Soft. Even. In. And out. There is nothing beyond this moment that requires you. Nothing waiting. Nothing calling. This stillness is enough. And it continues, without needing to end.